in, red button on bottom. Thank you, tech crew. It's not wireless, so I think I'm good. Hi guys, I'm Brina Palencia. This is my panel. This is where you guys ask me questions and I answer them because I'm lazy and I didn't come up with a more creative way to do that. But if you guys want to see a more creative panel, tomorrow I have the cover of 4/23/1933 Zenkaikon that you guys should totally come and see because it's going to be totally rad. And I'm going to sing and stuff. It's going to be great. There's going to be a little bit of Daft Punk action as well. I think that's at 1:30 or 1:30 or 1. Look at the program. It's on there. Thank you. 1:30 tomorrow. 1:30 in this same room. So I'm a voice actor and an on-camera actor. How many stargazers are here? Oh wow, there's 3 of you, 4 of you. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So this is gonna be all about anime, which I'm totally cool with. So yeah, if you guys don't watch Star-Crossed, you should, because I am an alien lesbian in it. Hello! Thank you! It's on Mondays at, here it would be 8 p.m., 8, 7 Central. And it's on the CW. It's really rad. And you guys should watch it. I feel like you guys would dig it. So anyway, if you guys want to go to this guy, just line up in the middle, I guess.
Line up in the middle.
Please.
Have a question. If you ignored the autograph session earlier and I said, bring your questions to panels, this is the time. We'll start with this lovely young lady right here. Line up right behind her. Single file going this way. You should be a kindergarten teacher. And... All right. What is your name and what is your question?
My name's Deanna.
Hi, Deanna.
CL Phantom Hive, would you like to make a contract with me and become a magical girl?
I don't believe so. Would I have to wear that outfit?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure the rest of you would love to see me in it. However, it's not really my style.
It's actually quite cute.
That's true. I'll have to get over it. CL, magical girl.
Hi, my name is Stan, and
Hi, Stan.
Hello. My question is, what are your top 3 anime characters and why?
Top 3 anime characters and why. Okay. Woo! Woo! That's gonna be a tough one. Well, I will say number 1 is Natsuki in Summer Wars. How many Summer Wars fans are here? Yay! I had an argument with Michael Center Nicholas about Summer Wars recently, actually today, because he was saying like, oh, I mean, Summer Wars doesn't really get all that much love, and I was like, what are you talking about? Every time I go to conventions, that's like one of the primary things that I get to sign. And he was just like, no. I was like, yeah, I guess apparently people just like me and it better than you. So anyway, Natsuki in Summer Wars is at number 1 because it has very sentimental value to me. A lot of sentimental value for me because I was raised by my mom and my grandmother, and my grandmother had passed away a couple of years before we did the dub. And so I dedicated my performance to her, so it was a very emotionally cathartic experience for me. Golly, 2 and 3 though, that's gonna be a lot harder. I'll say Mamo and Beck, because she was one of my first leads ever, and I got to sing in that show. And as far as any character I've ever played, her life parallels mine more than any other character. Basically, if you take the Japanese side of her life and just replace it with Honduran, that's my life. That's my biography. So, gosh, man, number 3 would have to be a mashup of CL Phantom Hive, 2020 Trevor, and Tamama, and you know, and Holo, and a lot of others. I have a lot of favorites. So there's my half-ass answer to your question.
Hi, I'm Marie.
Marie?
Brie.
Brie, like the cheese, delicious.
2 E's.
Oh, okay.
But Borderlands is one of my favorite games currently, and I'm really obsessed with it. So my question is, what you to voice Mad Moxy and like come work together with all those types of characters? Because they're all kind of witty and crazy and ridiculous.
Yeah, the script for Borderlands is stellar, especially Borderlands 2. Moxie's a really funny character for me because she's the only character I've ever played that's just blatantly sexy. I feel like I play more like subtle, sexy characters. Like I think Holo's kind of sexy, but she's not like, look at me, sexual innuendo, you know, like. But so when I auditioned for it, I saw the character breakdown and read the stuff and like saw her picture, and I was like, psh, I'm never gonna get cast as that. Whatever. And then I got a call from my agent, and they said, yeah, they want you to come in and record for Mad Moxy, and I was like, no. They clearly need a different character, because I auditioned for several characters in that game, and I was like, no, that's silly. I'm sure they heard it and thought, oh no, she should be this other character. And then I get there, and they're like, and I was like, who am I reading? And they were like, Mad Moxy, and I was like, no. Are you sure? And they're like, yeah, didn't your agent tell you? I'm like, okay, we'll see how this goes. I was totally convinced they were going to recast me, but they didn't, thank God, because that's one of my more popular characters for sure. But she's really fun, because especially because it's a character I don't play very often, so it's really exciting to get to expand my range in that way. Thanks.
I'm Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
I want to ask if there's any Aaron character in any series, even if it already has a dub version, what character would you want to be? Like a character you haven't made yet.
Oh, I was actually talking about this last night at the VIP thing. They're honestly, okay, first I have to say that, thank you. This is like my blanket statement to that kind of guys. I always like to say that as an actor you have to be really used to rejection, because your entire life is just rejection after rejection after rejection after rejection. Oh, I got that one. Rejection, 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 rejection. Oh, I got one. Rejection, rejection, rejection. I got a two-liner. You know, just like we audition for so much that we don't get. And so there's a million roles that I would have loved to have had that I didn't get. But there is one in particular. It was the only manga I've ever read, which was Nodame Cantabile. And I went to music school, and so I was talking with you about this. I went to music school, and like whenever I read it, Caitlin Glass actually gave it to me for my birthday. And I was like, this is awesome. And I think it was, I know it was made into an anime, and I think it was like a long time ago, like way before my time maybe. But it would have been really cool to be in that. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Adam.
Hi, Adam.
Hello. I was wondering if you could be any person for an entire day, who would it be and why?
Any person for an entire day?
Yeah.
Superman, obviously.
Get her line, yeah,
I mean, now let me clarify. I definitely prefer Batman over Superman because Batman is way cooler. But Superman has all those like powers or whatever, so I would, yeah, obviously Superman. I would not want to be Superman.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
I was wondering how you got into the voice acting business.
How I got into the voice acting business. Well, when I was in high school, I was a huge anime fan, and I loved Dragon Ball Z. And so I lived in Texas, and we took a tour of the studios. And I remember actually Chris Sabat was the one we got to watch record in the booth, and he was voicing Piccolo. And I remember watching it and thinking, I want to do that. That'd be awesome. I really want to do that. I feel like I could do that. And then whenever I graduated high school, I ended up just out of happenstance going to a community college that was like a mile away from where the studios were. And so me and all my nerdy friends were like, we should go to Funimation and ask them if we can audition. And I was like, yeah. And so we went, and bear in mind, this was before they had security. And like, so now you will immediately get kicked out. I guarantee you, because it's happened before. And I remember hearing the story about like someone coming up and asking if they could audition, like everyone being appalled that someone did that, and I was like, yeah. Weird. Total weirdo. But yeah, so I just walked in and I or whatever, and it was like 2 months later. And my first audition was case closed. And I didn't get anything from that audition, but they, I guess, saw potential in me, thankfully. And they brought me in to do a lot of really small parts, like bit parts and stuff. And like, I don't know if you guys know what Walla is, but it's like when it's a group of us that get into the booth, and they have like 4 or 5 of us, and we, it's like, oh, it's a market scene, like, so talk about apples. So we'd be like, oh yes, how much for this pound of apples or whatever. And you're just like making up stuff, which is it's actually really fun. So I did that for a while. The first role that I got was Nina Tucker in Full Metal Alchemist. And then it just kind of started snowballing after that. I guess that's when I actually kind of got my stride and figured out how to do it and all that. That's it. Thanks.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Roger.
Hi, Roger.
This is another Moxy question. Okay, it has 3 parts. Number 1, what Borderlands character would you like to play if you had your druthers? That's number 1. Okay. Number 2, when they selected you to do Moxy, did Gearbox just give you the backstory and they said, here's the character, this is how we want you to do her? Or did they say, here's the backstory, here's what she does, but how would you want to do her? What do you think she should do? Or is it a combination of the 2? And number 3, have we seen the last of Moxy, or is she going to be in Borderlands the 3 sequel?
Well, 3, I can't answer.
Okay. Hard to ask.
1 and 2, the first one was, oh, would have liked to play? I would have loved to have played Tiny Tina, but actually Birch was so perfect for that role. I mean, her brother wrote the game, so like, not that that's why she got it. Like, just so you know, it was a blind audition. No one knew that it was her auditioning for it. Like, he was just like, I'm an audition for this. And so it totally was not nepotism at all. She's actually just that talented. But she was so funny in it. But yeah, that character is hilarious. I know. Yeah, the character is so funny. That would have been fun. And then
sample how you would do Tiny Tina if you were.
No, because I think that's rude. No. I don't like, unless it's like hilariously a bad rendition of it, I don't like doing other people's voices because I feel like I'm stepping on their territory. The second question, will you phrase it one more time?
Was when Gearbox selected you to do Moxy, did they basically give you her backstory and her role in the story in the game and said, okay, this is what she does, this is what she is, this is how we want you to do it? Or did they give you a lot more freedom to develop the character and they said, okay, here's the basic character you're going to be doing, but do you have any ideas how we should do it?
The second one, as far as like the free reign of like, tell us how you would do it, that's the audition. So whenever I had the audition, all it was just a picture of her. They weren't in the audition with me. I just like do it in a booth alone and then send it without any direction. So they just had the picture of the character description, and some lines as her. And so that's all I had to go off of. So basically that was them saying like, give us what you got. Like how would you do this role? And then apparently that's what they wanted. And so when I came in, it was just like, yeah, what you did in the audition, do that.
Well, what influenced you to take that direction?
Well, the way she was described in the character description was, what's her name? The Moulin Rouge, the lead girl in Moulin Rouge. Nicole Kidman. They wanted it to be like her character in Moulin Rouge, and like that was all that's kind of just what I went off of. And so whenever I did the audition, I hadn't seen Moulin Rouge in a long time, and if I was a better actor, I would have went back and actually watched it again. But I was just going on with my memory of kind of what she was like, and I think they said like that. They may have said that, but just a little bit sexier or something. And so it was just my interpretation of that.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Colby.
Hi, Colby or Kobe?
Like cheese.
Colby. Nice. There's a lot of cheese names here. I'm a big fan of cheese now.
Well, it's another Moxy question. I was wondering, what's it like
always us, the writers, so Anthony, the voice director, which was Eric Vale for a lot of it, and sometimes the Gearbox producer, and then the engineer. So I actually, you know what's funny about Ashley? I went like a year without meeting her, and I had everybody that knew, like everyone around me knew her, and all of them were just like, you guys need to be best friends. Like this is ridiculous. You're like the same people, you need to be friends. You guys would love each other. And I was told that for like a year, and then finally I met her at a party at Chris Sabat's house, and I was just like, hey, apparently we're supposed to be best friends. And she was like, that's what I heard. And she was like, that's what everyone's telling me. And sure enough, we totally hit it off. I was actually staying in LA for a long time for pilot season, we hung out a lot when we were there. But she's so rad. She's awesome. I never got to work with her, but she's super.
Hello, I'm Caitlin.
Caitlin?
Yeah.
Hi, Caitlin.
Who is your favorite character to voice act as, and who is your least favorite character to voice act as?
Ooh, what a scandalous question. Most favorite and least favorite. Well, as I said, I'm not very good at choosing the favorites, but I'll list all of them again. Natsuki and Tenors, Manho and Beck, Steel and Black Butler, Holo and Spice and Wolf, Tamamon, Sergeant Frog. I also really like Shibitalia and, did I say Holo and Spice and Wolf? I'm trying to see who's cosplaying right now. I like Hideyoshi, I like Miharu, I like Yuno, I like a bunch of them. My least favorite, I'm trying to think. I don't like the screamy stuff anymore. Like I used when I was younger, if I had like a really screaming role or whatever, I was like, yeah, I can do it, let me scream to show you how awesome I am at it and do these fight reacts. And now every time I audition for a character, I'm like, do they scream a lot? I don't do that anymore. But there was a character that I loved playing her, but I will never play a character like that ever again. Priscilla in Claymore, totally, she's so badass, she's so cool, but the voice, whenever she monsters out and accesses a Yogi power, spoiler alert, it's painful. Like by the end of the session, my voice was like an octave lower. So I don't like doing those characters anymore. I'm a singer, I gotta protect that. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cosmo.
Cosmo?
Yes.
Like the drink?
Sure. My question is, it's about Holo and Spice and Wolf. Just like, what were the things that you really enjoyed about voice acting Holo, and what were some of the things that were more challenges, things that you didn't really like so much?
Oh, I can honestly say there's nothing about voicing Holo that I did not like. I loved everything about it. I loved it when she would get philosophical, and like there's one scene in the first season where she's talking about religion that I loved, and I also just loved working with Tatum. I feel like we worked really well together. We directed each other a lot, so whenever you're in the booth, you're alone in the booth, and oftentimes you'll be the first to record, so you don't hear what the other person sounds like, and you don't have anyone to play off of. But if it's someone that you know really well, and you kind of know the idiosyncrasies of their voice, it makes it a lot easier to get into character and to really get into the scene, because you can kind of predict what they're going to sound like. And I feel like Tatum is definitely that for me. He's my ideal to be compared against. So yeah, and I remember he started working on it before I did, and so I wasn't super familiar with how mean Holo is to Lawrence, and so Tatum worked on it first, and I was like, hey, how'd it go? I just ran into him in the studio. I was like, how was it? And he was like, oh, it's so good. He was like, yeah, you're really gonna love Holo. She's a lot like you. I was like, cool. And then, get into it, and I'm totally berating him in the scene, and I'm like, I wonder if this is this what he was from? But yeah, it's fun. I love it. Thanks.
I'm Brendan.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi. You voiced a lot of my favorite cute anime girls, including Natsuki. But one of them is Rei Ayanami, who is very stoic. She's not very emotional. She was raised as a weapon. And my question is, what are the challenges of playing a character that's very monotone? I mean, how do you like that compared to more emotional characters?
Well, as far as compared to more emotional characters, I like being able to play a range. I'm definitely the kind of actor that I get really bored if I'm doing just one type of character for a long time. So I like being able to go from playing Ray to playing Tamama to playing CL to playing Chopper. I like having that range. But I would say something that is that could be challenging as far as the monotone characters, and I think it might be because I've played a lot of them, and I think the reason that they're kind of my strength is that I never see them as emotionless. I feel like people have a tendency to call them emotionless, and I don't think that's true at all. I think that they just don't know how to express their emotion as well as most people. I think that if anything, they have more going on because they can't let it out. And so to me, I feel like it's just this cauldron inside of them that's just like bubbling and never comes to the surface because it's just not allowed to because they don't know how to let it out. And so I feel like it's important to let that come through somehow, even with a flatter read. You know what I mean? But that's why I like playing them so much. That's kind of where I got my start. Like a lot of the first roles that I got were very monotone like that. Thanks. Hi.
I'm Caitlin.
Another Caitlin.
There's another one coming too.
Oh, snaps.
I like to draw and write a lot, and I usually can't draw when it's quiet, so I just kind of listen to like YouTube and stuff. And on YouTube, I found a few videos by Zenkaikon. And he mentioned, I'm pretty sure it was you that broke into his house.
Yeah, what of it?
So I've heard his side of the story. What's your side of the story?
Okay. So my brother Gino, by the way, when you guys see Brina Palencia in the credits and stuff, that is my brother, that's not my husband. Gross. That's my brother. He's my older brother, but we were, at the time, Tatum was living in a crappy town called Arlington, and we were there for like an art show or whatever. They don't normally have art shows. That was a total random one-off. But we were there for an art show, and then we were like, we should go see Tatum. We never go to his house, because Arlington is the worst place ever. And I call him, and I'm like, hey, we want to come see you, but we don't remember exactly where you live. And I just left a voicemail because he didn't answer. And so Gino was like, I think I do remember where he lives, actually. Let's just go. And I was like, okay. So we drive there, and he's not home. And we we had gone up and knocked on the door, nobody answers. And then he had this front window. He doesn't live there anymore, so I feel a little more comfortable telling this in detail. There's an Arlington house number, no. But he had a window on his porch or whatever. It's like there's a porch, and then the door, and then the window right there. And so we're standing at the door, no one comes, and then Gino looks over and he's like, this window's open. It's not locked. And I was like, oh. Should we just go in? He was like, yeah. So we take off the screen and then open the window and then we go in and we're like, what should we do? I don't know. Maybe, we were just kind of looking around trying to figure out what to do. So we rearranged some of his furniture. We were trying to think of things that will mess with him where it's kind of off, but not totally, and I guess it just in his mind. So we kind of moved around his furniture. I took some of his books. He has his house in the library. He has so many books, and so I took some of his books, or one of his books, and I wrote on Post-it notes thanks for having us or something. I'm sure Tatum remembers exactly. I'm sure he has it framed. It's like thanks for having us or whatever, and left it in the book, or we had a great time, and then we left, and then as we were driving away, my brother was like, I kind of want to do more stuff. And I was like, I do too. And my brother and I were a lot alike. So we went to a 7-Eleven, and we we bought, first of all, his favorite ice cream. You're welcome. Never thanks me for that. Bought some of his favorite ice cream, which was homemade vanilla Bluebell. And so bought him some ice cream and a 6-pack of mini beers just because we thought it was funny because he actually hates beer. So got that, and I wrote I Heart Tatum on the ice cream. But I was writing it with a pen that like wasn't really working, so it was like, I want to see if I can recreate it. It looked like a serial killer. It was kind of like that. So everyone can see, yes. So very welcoming and sweet. And we put it all in his freezer and his fridge. So we leave, and then some time passes, and he gives Tatum, apparently calls my brother first. Calls my brother first, and then Gino calls me like with the morning, because my brother didn't answer. He just saw that he was calling. He was like, I can't do it. He's not an actor, so he can't lie as well. And so he let it go to voicemail, and then he called me immediately. He was like, he just called me, what are you doing? What do we do? And I was like, don't worry about it. I got it. And so he calls me, and he's like, hey, I got your voicemail. Did you guys stop by the house? And I was like, no, man, I told you in the voicemail. We didn't remember how to get there, so no. And he was like, yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Gosh, yeah, it's just, something happened. And I was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah, I think someone broke into the house. Like, there's these weird messages and stuff. He hadn't found the ice cream yet. I was like, gosh, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. You should try to figure that out. And so I hang up, and I fully intended to call him like 10 minutes later, but I forgot. I'm pretty sure I was like watching an episode of Doctor Who or something that was like really engaging, that I'm like, can't look away. And then like an hour passes, and I'm like, oh crap, I gotta call Tatum. And so I called him, and I remembered he hadn't said anything about the beer or the ice cream yet. So I called him, and I was like, dude, Tatum, yeah, okay. So like, I know that you think someone broke into your house. I just got home, and did they leave beer and ice cream in your refrigerator? And he was like, oh my God, yes, how did you know that? And I was like, I think they came to my house too. And he starts freaking out, and then I couldn't hold it anymore, and I started laughing, and I was like, you idiot, that was me the whole time! And then he revealed to me that he had called the police. And he had like made a detailed report and everything. And he said that even when he had the police come over or whatever, and they were like writing everything down, they're like, they left ice cream and beer. Are you sure this isn't one of your friends? No, it's not. I called everyone on my phone. And so, yeah, it was awesome. And then, I don't know if you can actually see this part on YouTube. We did ASEN together a few years ago, I think in 2009, so I guess 5 years ago. And he had always vowed to get me back, and he hadn't. And this was going to be our first convention to do together. And he was kind of like dropping hints that he was thinking of getting back at me at ASEN. So I was like, okay, I shall do a preemptive strike. So he is terrified of clowns. I didn't throw any clowns at him. I just had this picture of me like picking up clowns. I didn't throw any clowns at him. There were no actual clowns involved. But I did at opening ceremonies at ASEN. I rewrote the lyrics to the old classic song, Send in the Clowns. And I rewrote the lyrics to be about him and how I But it's definitely highly documented on the interwebs if you want to. And he never got me back, by the way. He tried something, okay, this is what he tried, which would have been awesome had he talked to the convention about it and got them on his side. Okay, so I talked to the convention, I did sound check and everything beforehand, like everybody at the con knew. Even when he went on stage, like I had people there making sure that he didn't leave entirely so I could pull him back on stage. I was smart. Homeboy did not talk to the con at all, and he was trying to put up these posters saying that I had a pet sloth that had died, and that everyone should like send their condolences and like let's all rally around Brina and support Brina, which would have been hilarious if I would have had people like all convention long being like, I'm sorry about your sloth, you know, like, and I would have been like, what are you talking about? But that never happened because he didn't get permission from the con to put up the posters. So every time they went up, they would immediately take them down because you have to have like permission for that stuff. So no one ever saw them. I didn't even know that he was doing that until like some of his fan club came up during my signing the last day of the convention. They were like, this is what it was supposed to be. And I was like, oh, you failed. Oh my gosh. I have done enough getting back at him. I think if I do any more, I will become a bully, which I am anti-bully, so let's not go there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is John. Yeah, John.
Jaimin?
Yes, John.
Hi, Jaimin. How do you spell that?
DJIM with D silent.
Oh, nice.
Thank you. First question is, what's your favorite anime genre?
Oh, my favorite anime genre? Oh my gosh. Well, whenever I watched anime before, back in the day, I guess I really liked mech shows, because I loved Gundam Wing and I loved Big O. I just liked really dark stuff. I also liked Battle Angel. That was the first anime I ever watched, which I don't know. How many of you have actually seen Battle Angel? You guys should look it up, because it's super rad. I didn't get into Dragon Ball Z until I was dating a guy who liked it. And at first I was like, Dragon Ball Z sucks. Gundam's way better. Which it totally is. That was on motivation, I said that. But yeah, I liked the darker stuff for sure. I mean, yeah. I think that's what's cool about anime that separates it from cartoons, is that they can really touch on adult subjects and really get, you know, get into the gore and stuff. Oh, I also like vampire stuff. I loved Hellsing, and I loved Blood the Last Vampire, and Vampire Hunter D. I was really into vampire stuff too. So yeah, dark stuff. Dark, bloody things. That's what I liked.
And for my second part of the question, of any of the newer like anime that still have episodes coming out, like what anime like would you want to be the most?
Oh. I don't know. I don't know what's still out. What's still out? Anything, because I like getting paid.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
And what's your favorite line as a chopper?
My favorite line is Chopper.
Yep.
I like it whenever he gets complimented. He's like, be nice as a word on me, you silly bastard.
My name is Marilyn.
Hi, Marilyn.
What would you do if you met CL in real life?
What would I do if I met CL in real life? Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know whether to slap him or hug him. I would do both. Yeah, that's it. I would, let's see, what order would that be? I think I would hug him and then slap him, and then hug him again. Good question. Hi, Caitlin. Can I just say, like, I'm really excited to meet you. Like, I'm trying not to pee. Don't pee. Don't pee. There's a restroom around the corner. under his breath, like my name's Sebastian. Or no, my name's Sarah, I'm so special, I think I'm so great, because my daddy was rich and then he died. Hey, good question. My name's Caitlin. Nice. It's a Caitlin club.
I was wondering, when am I going to get my day with Sebastian?
Oh, well, I'm sorry, sweetie, but that's never going to happen.
My name's Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
First, it's really nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Second of all, Sia or young Pearl, I am your grandmother.
Grandpa! I waited for so long.
Hi, my name's Alex.
Hi, Alex.
And I was wondering, in your opinion, what was the most fun scene to record at Butler?
The most fun scene to record. Well, the scene that was definitely the one that I thought was going in a terrible direction, but didn't, was definitely the corset scene. I'm glad it didn't go where I thought it was going to go, because then I would have reconsidered accepting the role. But in all seriousness, I think my favorite moment in the whole series was whenever he was confronted by his parents and them asking him to join them or whatever, to let go and whatever. And whenever he said, I will never let go of my hatred. I loved that moment. Because in a way, in a less dark sense, I totally get that philosophy. I totally believe, when bad things happen to you, it's not something that you should just forget. That's part of who you are. Like, you kind of just have to embrace it and own it. Like, yeah, that happened to me, and I had a terrible thing happen to me, and it's made me stronger, and it's made me who I am today, and I love who I am today. You know what I mean? So I really, really, really love that scene. I would do that scene daily if I could. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Caitlin. I'm Megan, and I have two
Megan?
questions. Yes.
Hi, Megan.
I have two questions. First, if you were a Pokemon, what Pokemon would you be?
Pikachu! I was obsessed with Pikachu when I was younger, by the way. There's definitely pictures of me when I was like 14 with Pikachu shirts, and I had like a Pikachu backpack, and I had like a Pikachu plushie, and a Pikachu pillow. I loved Pikachu.
And second, if you had a future diary of your very own, what would it be about?
Okay, so with future diaries, it's what you normally do. Mine would probably be like an album, like it would be a song, like it would be like, because I write music all the time, so it would be something musical, like I'd get a new download on my iPod, like every time I'm seeing the future, and it's a song about whatever's happening. So probably do that. That'd be fun. Hello again.
First is, my dad wants to hear you sing, and he doesn't want to focus.
He wants to hear me what?
Sing.
Sing? Oh, what does he want to hear me sing? Yeah. What you bet? What do you want me to sing? Anything? What do you guys want me to sing? Oh wait, are there any Shin-Chan fans here? Okay, let's sing the opening. Okay, so when I point at you, hold on, how's it? Get there. Perfect. No, since I can't recognize the title.
If it helps, like, her language style is like trigger happy.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin. You're the prettiest Caitlin we've had yet.
Hi, I'm Julian.
Julian?
Yeah.
Hi, Julian.
Hi. I was wondering, a lot of anime have icky themes, subtext, and stuff. Has there ever been an anime you voice acted in or you've seen that you just sort of said, no, there's too much icky subtext, I'm not going to voice act in it, or something? Have you ever turned down roles because of stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't so much when I was younger, because I was like, whatever, I'm edgy, which is why I'm in so many titty shows. But once I got older, and then once I started like kind of branching out into other forms of acting, and I could pay my bills without doing those shows, I quit doing them. Like I don't like playing. I mean, it was fun at the time, and I'm glad that I did it. I don't regret it or anything. But like, I don't like playing roles where the girl's only interest is pleasing a male. Like I feel like that's kind of messed up, and I feel like there should be more roles that are the other way around as well, to even it out at least. And so I try to steer clear of those as much as I can, or anything that just kind of devalues women. I try to stay away from those roles. Now, obviously, I've done other ones already.
And also, this sort of bounce off of subtext. Black Butler season 2 is a lot. Black Butler pulls a lot of sort of yabbish subtext to it. Were you ever uncomfortable with it, especially the second season where it really, really notched it up?
No, yabba doesn't bother me. It's a little bit whatever, as long as it's consensual. Yeah, the only thing that I was ever kind of iffy about was the age difference. I don't like the age difference between them. I think that's kind of messed up. But because they never really did anything, it didn't bother me really. I think if, like I said, if the corset scene went the way that I thought it was going at first, then I would have been like, whoa, hold the phone. This is not what I signed up for. But just hinting at it and whatever, I think there's so much more depth to that relationship than just like, I want to bone you. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what that relationship is about at all. And so I feel like that makes up for any sort of like, you know, subtext and whatever. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Melissa.
Hi, Alyssa.
Two questions. One, out of all the characters you've ever voiced, anime, games, whatever, which one do you feel you relate most to?
Who do I feel is what?
You relate most to?
Oh, well, like I said before, Maho and Beck is definitely like, it's uncanny how similar my life is to hers. The fact that she grew up in 2 different countries, like growing up in America, and then going to Japan, and not really feeling totally Japanese, but not really feeling totally American. Obviously, I'm not Japanese, but I am half Honduran, and I did spend a lot of time going back and forth between countries. And the fact that her brother is a guitarist that everyone's totally obsessed with. Growing up, my brother, Gino, is an amazing guitarist. In fact, in Guitar Hero 3, Slash from Guns N' Roses did the opening, and my brother did the closing. So he's incredible. And all growing up, it was always about like, Gino the guitarist, Gino the guitarist, Gino the guitarist, which is why I kind of went off and did my own thing, and I did singing and stuff, but like how Maho talks about like, you know, it's not really her thing, like she wants to be an actress, that's kind of, it's like, I went through the same thing, it's like everyone telling you you should be a singer, and you really just want to do acting and whatever, and then like, yeah, just, and then not, she doesn't have a good relationship with her dad, and whatever, we're getting a little personal now, but yeah, like that, it blew my mind that how many similarities I had with her. I even dressed like her. There was one time that I came into work where, like, we started working and Bevins was like, oh, did you decide to cosplay as Maho today? And I was like, what? And I look at the screen and I look at what I'm wearing and I'm like, ha! I was wearing almost exactly the same thing. Like, it was like a red shirt with a, you know, black and white stripe underneath it and jeans, and my hair was the same cut and everything, and I was like, cool. But yeah, there's no other character that I first lead role I ever had, so I didn't have to do quite as much acting. I was just kind of being myself.
Yeah, and then I know you've done like directing in like movies and stuff like that. Which do you prefer, the directing or the acting, and what differences are there?
Well, I prefer the acting because for me, I had to make a decision if I wanted to continue directing or if I wanted to just do acting. And obviously I chose acting. And the reason for that is whenever you're a director, it takes up so much of your time. And it's, as a result, it's a lot more rewarding. Like I feel like I have so much more ownership with Moon Phase and the School Rumble and Black Blood Brothers and Holling and what else did I direct? I feel like there's one more that I'm forgetting. But I feel like I have so much more ownership over those because I worked so hard on them and I know those shows inside and out. Whereas when you're a voice actor, you kind of just come in, first time you're seeing it ever, do a cold read, they record it, then you're out. You know what I mean? You don't spend nearly as much time with it. So I feel like it's more rewarding in that regard. However, I prefer acting because whenever I was directing, it was all anime all the time, which I know sounds awesome. But whenever you're working that whole time and you're not just watching it for fun, it takes the fun out of it. Like I don't enjoy watching anime nearly as much as I did whenever I was younger because it became work for me. Even whenever I'm just trying to watch it for fun, it's like I feel like I'm working because I'm just judging everything. And so I like the acting because it took me out of being able to, like I could still do anime and still really enjoy it, but then I could also do Star-Crossed. And I could also, I was on an episode of Walking Dead too. And I could do, you know, different roles and different, just kind of branch out a lot more. Because like I said, I get bored really easily.
How do you feel about season 2 of Black Butler? Like, what's your opinion on the characters?
I was really excited about it because I didn't know I was going to be in it. Because they gave the impression that it was going to be, you know, an all-new boy and an all-new Butler, which there was, but I was under the impression that I was dead. Spoiler alert! So whenever I found out that I was in fact, that Tatum and I were in fact both still in it, it was like, yes! And I thought it was really cool. Like I love that episode where, what is it, like, CL is Aloise, like Aloise is taking over CL's body or whatever, and like getting to, the way that we recorded that was really fun because Ian Sinclair, who was the ADR director for it, he recorded Lucy doing it first, Lucy Christian who played Aloise, recorded her doing it first, and then he would, that's what my preview would be. I would watch her version of it, and then I would mimic it, like try to do it in my CL voice, but sound like her, like have kind of the same reads as her, so it was really fun. But yeah, I thought it was a really cool twist on it. I'm really interested to see, like, if we do get the third one, how they're going to do that and where it's going to go.
Hey guys, at this time, I do want to say we've only got a couple minutes left, and I'm starting to see some people coming back. Quick show of hands, those of you in line who have not yet asked a first question yet. If we can get those folks that have not had a chance to ask a question, if you guys can come on up in line. Because I want to make sure that everyone who hasn't had a chance can. There we go. All right, yeah, and once again, we've only got about 8 minutes left, so we're going to try and get through as many as we can.
Hi, I'm Kayla. Hey. I want to know how you feel about season 3 coming out and how it's going to be completely different from season 2.
I know nothing about season 3, but I'm excited about the prospect of getting to redo that character.
Hi, my name's Dana.
Hi, Dana.
Out of the characters that you've done in the past, looking back at them, are there any of them that you wish you could have done a different way?
I think there's always stuff that you can improve on. But rather than looking at it like, I wish I could go back and do that, I kind of watch it and go like, oh, so that didn't work. I'll know that for the future. Like, I feel like I learn a lot with every role that I get. So I try not to do the best.
Hello, my name is Wayne.
Hi, Wayne.
21 days ago was my birthday, and I'm a big fan of all the books, so I wanted to sing happy birthday to me.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you tweet me about this? Yeah. Hi, what was your name again? Wayne?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say happy birthday. Wait, what were you going to say?
I don't know what character song, so I guess we'll call Kelly.
Oh, his character.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wayne. Happy birthday to you. Hello, your name is Tom Baker.
Yes. Hi, Joseph.
Hi, Joseph.
Because you mentioned watching Doctor Who, I just want to know, do you have a favorite doctor and a favorite companion?
Yes, absolutely. Obviously, David Tennant and Rose.
I'm Noelle.
Hi.
And I was wondering, do you have any favorite TV shows that you haven't had a part in?
Favorite TV shows?
Yeah.
Oh, like all of them.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with Breaking Bad. I wasn't in that. Although the guy who plays my dad in Starcrossed, who's Jason Douglas, who's also a voice actor, he was in Breaking Bad. Sure. I love Game of Thrones.
Since you mentioned Game of Thrones, which house is your favorite house?
Oh,
And who are you pulling for the Iron
I'm in love with Daenerys. Like,
Yes.
Totally in love with Daenerys. We're gonna date later. My husband said it was cool. Yeah, it's a special episode of Starcrossed. Yeah. Sophia apparently likes blondes a lot.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Hi, Dave.
So you worked on Sergeant Brawl, right?
Yeah, I like Thelma.
Right. How did you get into that character with his sweet side but then his psychotic side?
Actually, this is a really boring actor question because there really was a method that I used. Are you guys familiar with the Michael Chekhov technique? It's very physical, and for those of you that have studied it, you know that you, for characters, there's different versions of it, but there's one way where you come up with like your character's core, your center, and you decide what it's made out of, and like what it feels like, what the texture's like, and where it is in your body. Typically, my character's center is kind of in the heart center, like just right there in the center, so you feel centered. However, with Toma, I made his center off the side on the shoulder, so it was a little bit like just a little off. So he could be really fit, and then be really crazy! Like so, because he has such a crazy range, so that helped me a lot. Putting the center away from my center, putting it like on my shoulder. It wasn't even in me, it was like on my shoulder. That helped a lot.
Alright, I'm just going to plan real quick. Sir in the red, you are going to be the last question, so we're going to take 4 more questions. And go!
Hi, my name is Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin.
Yes. So you said you're a singer.
Mm-hmm.
What bands do you singers have inspired you?
Rufus Wainwright is my all-time favorite singer-songwriter. I also love St. Vincent. Though there is controversy on whether or not she wrote her own stuff, I don't actually care because I still like the songs. Lana Del Rey. I don't know. I love the Strokes and Julian Casablancas. His album that was just him. Phrases for Really Young was really good. I like music. I don't know why I'm blanking. I love Scissor Sisters. I like a lot. I love Beyonce. I'm obsessed with Beyonce right now, for the record. We're also gonna date. I go in phases. I go in phases a lot. I love the Decembers. 12 seasons, my favorite too. I like music. Thanks.
Let me guess, your name's Caitlin.
Her name's actually Caitlin.
Wait, I remember this one.
I'm not going to. It's okay. It's okay.
Wait, are you the one that's been tweeting me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
You would recognize me or not?
You look familiar, and then your excitement. She's been tweeting me like crazy. Yes. It's really cute.
Oh my gosh. Let's stay with you. I was just wondering, and you don't have to like answer
But I was just wondering, like, if you do a lot of TV stuff, you just started to Starcross, and if you do, like, if you branch off into a lot of TV stuff, like, will you still, like, do things for Funimation, or is it going to be, like...
It's a tricky question, because,
what's going to happen?
Right. Because, I mean, last year I didn't audition for anything at Funimation because I was gone for 8 months out of the year. Because we filmed in New Orleans. Well, I was only filming for 6 of those months, and then the other times I was working, like, all over the country. And so there's that, but there's also the issue, which is not as exciting of an issue, but issue of unions. Right now, I have a waiver to finish out all of my stuff, but I don't have permission from the union to do more stuff because it's non-union work. So, I don't know. I mean, Funimation is considered going union and whatever, so I don't know if maybe now that there's more of us doing, kind of branching out, that they'll consider it more seriously, but since it's also Texas and it's right to stay, and I want to. So, I mean, there's a lot of factors, but I will for sure finish out what I've already started. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Butler. Okay, so Tom Baker kind of still had my question, but I will still say that I did not hear your answer. So I'm going to say those as I practice. Seeing as you're friends with J. Michael Tatum, and have you said you are a Dr. Who fan, what are your favorite, what's your favorite Doctor Who fan? And is there any episodes that you really hate?
Well, David Tennant is my favorite, and Rose is my very companion, aka Billy Piper. But I mean, there's nothing that I really hated. I'll be honest, I didn't get that into Matt Smith. But I haven't had a chance. The problem is like as soon as that started is when I got crazy busy, and my husband and I, we watch it together. We haven't had a chance to catch up on that, especially when we have to catch up on Walking Dead and Game of Thrones and all that other stuff. So we haven't had time to get to it. But it is on our list to go back, because we just started a few episodes and we're just kind of like, because you know when there's a new doctor, it takes you a while to get used to them, whatever. And I was so in love with David Tennant that it was like, and so I wasn't over that yet. So I will give him a fair chance, for sure. I will say that one of my favorite episodes is The Lady in the Fireplace. So good. So good. No, my husband does that. My husband is a huge Doctor Who fan. He's the reason that I watch. But he's a big Tom Baker fan. He watched all the Tom Baker ones with his mom. And so that's how he introduced me to it. And then we kind of started watching the newer stuff, and I was more into that. But I haven't watched the other older Doctors. I mean, there's so many of them. But yeah, I've met a few of them at conventions, which is exciting. And I know that you'll want to know the names, but they don't. But yeah, Tom Baker's the only one I've actually watched.
All right, guys, we got one more question. I'll let you ask a question, but I do want to point out that it is after 5, and there will be another group coming in as soon as we're done. In fact, if anyone's back there in the next group, I'm sorry, we're running late. So we are going to have to get Brina out of here as soon as it ends, so please do not rush the table. She will have an autograph session tomorrow at 11 in the morning. If anyone hasn't got her autograph yet and wants to head on down there, you can do that. She'll also have a panel tomorrow afternoon where you can come and ask her more questions as well. So with that being said, Brett.
And my Calgary panel at 1:30 where I'll sing stuff and be super nerdy and awesome.
Ding, Brett, bring us home. John Edwards. Is there someone in here with a B? All right, Brett, you're going to be our last question. Make it a good one.
What was your favorite part of voice acting as Makoto for school?
Yay, School Rumble! Favorite part of voicing is Makoto. I really like the scene between, oh my god. I loved everything between her and Hanai. I love their friendship. I just like their friendship in general. I love the scene between her and Harima at Christmas time, whenever he's like dressed up as Santa and she's like trying to help him out or whatever. I thought it was a very real moment. It's such a silly show. Yeah, I love the fight between her and Hanai whenever they're like both doing their martial arts thing. Like, there's a lot. Her and Eva
All right.